The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am so excited about my guest today. I have Mr. Daig Ferrick, who is just incredible. I have been a fan of him for years, since he started Halloween in 2007 as young Michael Myers with Rob Zombie. And he's just had an incredible career and does so much with his life. And he's also a great trooper, because we actually just started the show not too long ago. We had some technical difficulties, but he was gracious enough to start it with us again. Once again, Mr. Daig. So hi, Daig. How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
I am great. Thank you so much for this. I'm really sorry about that.
It's all good.
All right. So why don't we get right into it? Like I said, just such a huge, long, crazy career. You have done so much in your short life. So why don't we go right into it? From you starting to where you are now. You just finished a film with Sophie Turner that came out that was awesome, and you just done so many different things. So, and of course you're rapping. So why don't we just go right into it?
Oh yeah. So it all really started when I could like talk and think. My mom and I would go to church, and I seen some church plays, and I just wanted to perform. So I started doing stuff like that along with learning little songs and monologues on the side, and then that turned into more plays. I was doing a lot of Shakespeare for a couple years, and then I got my first taste of film with some student films, and pretty much just went full into film at that point, and did a ton of student films, independent films, and then I finally landed Rob Zombie's Halloween, as young Michael Myers, and that was after 7 years, pretty much of 7 years ago from that I had really started with all that theater stuff. After that, I was in Hancock. That was super fun, acting with Will Smith and calling him an asshole a whole bunch of times. He's a super cool guy. It was radical meeting him on the red carpet. It was really hard to, stop my 12 or 11-year-old self from melting when he just came up to me and he was like, "What's up, Daig?"
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Right. I was in Pushing Daisies also for a couple episodes. And then I took a break, and then a couple years ago I came out in, it's a few years now, I came out in Ditch Party with Nicole G. That's a fun movie. It's a cool movie. It's about the school shootings. Super interesting. And then about a year, a little less than that after that, I was in Josie with, like you said, Sophie Turner, also Jack Kilmer, Dylan McDermott, and a whole bunch of other big names. That was really fun. Kind of stepping outside of the horror genre, and I got to play this cool cat named Gator, little Florida swamp boy type thing. That was really fun. I just finished filming a movie called Killer Therapy, and that should come out early next year. And then I'm also in a TV show currently on Netflix called American Vandal. I'm in that real quick. I think it's episode 3. See. Oh, I also did some voiceover work for The Accountant. That was a movie with Ben Stiller, I think. Wow. Ben Affleck, sorry. I was speaking French in that, and that was pretty cool, And then I also, like you said, I rap and stuff as Great Daig, because my name is Daig, which is Danish for the daytime, and I'm super Danish. So it's like Great Dane, but it's also like Great Day, because Great Daig means the daytime. And you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, SoundCloud, pretty much everything. I got a cool project that will be dropping soon with Sean Lopez. If you know who he is, you know who he is. He's tight as hell.
Yeah.
And y'all can follow me on social medias like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And, I also, I forgot, I've been doing some modeling, because a couple years ago I was starred in a music video for Blondie, in her little comeback album, and that song was called Fun. You can just look up Blondie Fun on YouTube and find that. And I've also been doing, you know, a bunch of other shots here and there. And you can find a bunch of those on Instagram. I keep that looking super cool.
Yes. No, I mean, holy cow. How old are you?
I just recently turned 23.
That is so crazy. I mean,
so my birthday was on September 27th. So I did the 7 days of Great Daig. So from September 21st to September 27th, I dropped a single a day.
Wow. No, that is just, that's so crazy, but so cool. What an incredible career you've had, especially for only being 23. That is just insane.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it's only up from here, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, you're working on so many different things, and you just keep on going and keep on hustling and grinding, just like you said. So how old were you actually when you first did like your first play and stuff? How old were you?
I was probably 4.
Wow. That's crazy. So 19 years. Wow.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I know. I started acting when I was about 12, so I understand it's crazy, but it's awesome. So I think that's also cool, too, that that's actually what you wanted to do, and that was actually what you like, because unfortunately now you hear a lot of, like, parents force their kids to do that, but it sounds like you actually really love to do it and wanted to do it.
Well, I'm extremely blessed, but for my mom, it's always been just her and I. You know, and she worked around once she saw the passion, you know, the sparkle in my eye. She took jobs around being able to take me up to LA and stuff.
Wow. No, that's awesome, and I think that's so cool that it's with your mom. It's just me and my mom as well, so I think that's very cool. So
if any of my fans want to go support, I definitely got a WWW.Pt.1.com/Daig. Where y'all can help and get cool little art or clothes or music or just whatever. You could even get a date with me on that.
Oh. There you go. I know my producer just said I'll do that.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. No, so you're also an artist then too?
Yeah, I do it here. I'm the master of all arts, I like to say. Well, maybe not the master, but yeah, I have a script that I wrote with my mom that we've been sitting on for a bit. It's really cool. It's super trippy. Just looking for funding, you know, currently. So, you know how that goes.
Oh, yes, I do. It's tough. It's very tough. But, no, I'm sure you'll get it, especially with all the things you're doing. And I really hope all the recognition you're getting as well, because like I said, I was raised on horror films, so we were so excited when Rob Zombie's Halloween came out, and oh my god, I think I was 9 when it came out, and I was watching it in theaters, and it was just so cool, and I was just a huge fan of you, and you absolutely were just incredible from such a young age.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. How are you getting into the theaters at 9 watching Rob Zombie's Halloween?
My mom.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. No, my mom raised me on it. So since I was a baby, literally, we would sit at home and watch horror movies. So. Yeah, so I do want to talk a little bit about that, because I just think that is so cool. What was it like for one of your very first big films to be with Rob Zombie? How was that working with him and on such a classic film?
Well, he's an awesome director. You know what I'm saying? And it was such a blessing to land that role. At that time, I didn't know, because I wasn't much into like metal or anything, so I wasn't aware of his music at that time. And just the title of it even like threw us off for, say, the audition. We got the audition for a Rob Zombie's Untitled Halloween project, and I had just played a zombie. You know what I'm saying? In a really cool little student film, and I was like, I don't need to go up for that. I just played a zombie. But then we finally lined it up to where I went up to the audition, and it was weird because there was just a bunch of little short-haired brunette kids in there, and I was like, well, that's weird. I wonder why I'm here. But would you look at that?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually your auditions on YouTube and stuff, and as I was researching you and everything, I saw your audition, and that was just, you were incredible and so believable. And I think at such a young age too, it's very difficult to be able to do that. But you just completely pulled it off, and you were phenomenal, and that's why you got it.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely blessed that something I'm good at is something that I really like to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, definitely. And so I'm sure that was a crazy set to be on and just insane, but so much fun. Do you have like a favorite on-set story from there?
Couple, man. Like killing Daryl Sabara with the stick in the woods was epic. Rob Zombie just kept telling me to go harder and harder because we had these like styrofoam sticks for the props until we were on the last one, and then he was like, "Oh, you know, calm down." And then also like killing Hannah Hall was pretty funny. It took us a few takes to get from A to B in the hallway because we were just laughing so much.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that was a blast, especially for a kid to be able to go and fake kill everybody. I'm sure that was fun.
Yeah, right. I like to say it's not every day that you get paid to kill people and then you don't have to live with actually killing anybody.
Right. Exactly. They just pop right up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, and speaking of that, and actually kind of more of a serious topic of a film that you did, Ditch Party, which I actually watched. That was an incredible film. What was that like working on a film like that?
Man, that was really fun. When I went in there, it was intense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really wanted to play once I like, you know, read over the script and the character and all that. I was really wanting to play him like a younger Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
You know, so less refined, but like still like crazy and smooth, but like sporadic almost, you know, because it's younger. And yeah, no, it was really fun. I like doing stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure that was, like I said, very intense, but very cool for sure. And then Josie too, that just came out in March, correct? How was that working on?
That was a blast too. You know, I just got to be kind of goofy in it. It was really fun. Made some good friends. You know, I still hang out with Jack sometimes. I still send Sophie my music. She sees it, so that's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that was awesome for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you also do, which I think is kind of insane, at least for Halloween and a few other things, you do your own stunts as well. Have you ever been thinking about like going into stunt work as well?
I mean, I work out, you know, so that's fun. And if I ever need to do a stunt, you know, I'm more than willing. Like for example, in Hancock, that stunt was more like so fun. I just got yanked up by these cranes about 30 feet and then kind of just floated over and then dropped. The drop part was a little scary, but overall it was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. That's very cool and very scary. I would be terrified. And let's talk about a little bit more of your rap career too. As you just said, it was just your birthday and you released a song every single day for 7 days, which is very insane. I can't even believe you did that. But what a cool thing to celebrate your birthday. But
Right.
How did you actually get into rap? Because even though it's all in the arts, it's quite different from acting, I'm sure. So how did you get into that?
Well, okay, so I've always been into music my whole life as well as acting. Like I started off playing piano and that went into guitar and bass and then drums and then I took a little break and now I produce, like I said. But the rapping, I don't know, when I was like early high school age, you know, when we were all kind of going through that like emo like stage, I was writing, I don't know, these kind of like sad poems and stuff like that. And then stopped doing that. And then I started kind of writing just for therapy. Like I always, like if I ever got like, I don't know, I like to say clusterfucked in the head, you feel me, whatever it is. If I wrote, it would always, but it's going to be okay. And, because of, you know, my friends and, you know, where I lived growing up and stuff, rap music has always been pretty close to me. So that slowly just kind of turned into rap. And then that's why I started producing, because as a new rapper, no one wants to give you beats, and as a new rapper, it's not worth spending money on beats. So, you know, you might as well do it yourself, like most things. So started doing that. And since then, you know, it's been a fun ride up, and I've even seen my progression, and it's fun.
No, it sounds like a blast for sure. And then do you have like a favorite rap artist you look up to or anything that really kind of got you into it?
Ah, man, I get asked that a lot, and I love all the rappers. I love all styles. One of the first rappers when I was young that I really liked, and I was like, oh, that's him. Okay, I like him. It was E40.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've always loved him since then. You know, I actually saw him live a couple years ago. That was awesome.
No, yeah, for sure. That's so cool. And your music is amazing and so unique and different, and you have a really cool style, and that's really cool.
Thank you. So you've listened to
Yes,
some songs?
absolutely. Yes, SoundCloud, Spotify. Yes, absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Yes. No, it was. Oh, what's my favorite? Oh, probably Early Halloween.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's fun. The last minute, I added the sample to my interview on that one, and that was just the perfect touch to it, I feel.
Yeah. No, I think, like I said, I think it's very unique and different. I think it's very cool. I like it.
Yeah.
No,
Thank
all
you.
your music, it's very, and it comes from your heart, and I think that's really cool, too, and that's what makes it different.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And, well, I want to thank you so much for doing this. And I think just so people kind of get to know a little bit more about you and just not your career, but your actual self, I want to ask you 10 fun questions just to get a little more about yourself. Does that sound cool with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So who is your hero?
My mom.
Very cool. I love it. My mom, too. What's your favorite dessert?
Rice pudding, maybe.
Bread pudding. Oh, that's interesting. I don't really like it. Favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple.
Oh, that's a big
Ooh.
debate, huh? Dinner with anybody. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Jim Morrison,
Oh.
when he wasn't high as hell. You know, like just like medium high, I guess.
There you go. And I don't really think that needs much of an explanation for sure. And if you could remake a film and you could be the star and you could choose your own co-star, what film would you remake and who would be your co-star?
Interview with a Fire.
Oh.
Who would be my co-star? Shit. Yeah, I'd put Brad Pitt in Interview with a Vampire again and have me in it.
There you go. I think that's the way to do it.
Right.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
The best. I'm sorry. What?
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Best advice I've ever been given. Oh, there's so many. Oh, okay. But the only person that you should ever try to be better than is yourself yesterday.
Oh, I like that. There you
Yeah.
go. I haven't even heard that one. That's a good one.
I'm all about progression. I will never plateau. I will only continue getting better because practice makes perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect. So there's no stopping.
There you go. Yeah, no, I think that's a great one. What's the best no you've ever been given?
The best no. Or note?
No, like no. So what's the best no you've ever been given? Like, what's the best no that led to something good? It's kind of a difficult one.
Nope.
Yeah, no, no.
Yeah, no. Fuck. I don't know. Shit. What's the best no? I don't know. When she ghosts.
I know. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, well, don't worry. I know. I've asked that to a couple people, and no one knows what to say. So I got you. I don't even know it. So, and what are you dressing up as for Halloween?
Well, I just recently got the adult-sized version of my young Michael Myers costume. So either that or Post Malone.
Well, I personally think the adult, you as an adult, but Post Malone will be very cool too.
Yeah.
And then what's something nobody knows about you?
I used to tap dance.
Oh, wow. Really? Did you like doing it? Or I think that'd be very hard.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like a little Butters.
There you go. No. Well, that's all the quick questions I have for you. So that was awesome. You answered all of them. So good job. Yes, and so thank you so much for being on. Why don't we go over everything? What upcoming films you have going on? Like you said, you just wrapped something. So where can people follow you, keep up to date, follow all your music, just everything?
Okay, so the last movies that came out were Ditch Party and Josie, and the movie coming out is Killer Therapy. You can check me out on Netflix right now in American Vandal. I also did that music video with Blondie, so you can just look up Blondie Fun on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram as Great Daig, Twitter as Daig is Great, Facebook as just Daig Ferrick, and then on any music streaming app, you can look me up as Great Daig. And then, like I said, y'all can support the arts at www.Pt.1.com/Daig, Daeg.
And then a lot of different options to help and support you and get some cool prizes, even a date, right?
Oh, yeah, right? Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
No one's got for that one yet.
Well, they need to. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Daig. You were truly just awesome. I'm so excited that I got to have you on. You're a great person.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Likewise.
Yes, thank you very much. And I hope to talk to you later, and have a happy Halloween.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too. Bye. Well, that was Mr. Daig Ferrick. What a great guy, as you can tell. So much fun. What an amazing career for 23 years old. Just phenomenal guy. And please go and check him out. Support him in any way you can. Go to his Patreon. Check him out. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. That was awesome. What a cool thing to do and to interview him. Like I said, I've been following him for years, so what an awesome, great guy. So follow Daig everywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am about my guest today. As you guys know, I am like a huge horror freak, and he is a very big part of the reason why. When I was a little girl, my mom showed me The Hills Have Eyes. I don't know, I was probably 6 years old, so it was very bad and very traumatizing, but he was one of the original guys that just scared me to death. But he's just a phenomenal actor, and he has such a huge, extensive resume and has done so many amazing things, and is such a cool guy. I'm so excited to have him on. I have the one and only Michael Berryman with me. So hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing very well, very well. Shout out to Las Vegas. I always come home as a winner there because that means I have some money in my pocket to buy breakfast at
Yeah.
at the casino. They always feed us when we leave.
That's right. Yeah, no, so you come out to Vegas a bit then?
A couple times a year. I live about an hour and a half from Reno, west
okay.
of Reno. So I usually go to the Atlantis and play blackjack. But then I discovered roulette, and I'm having fun with that. So. Yay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, if you come back out here soon, we'd love to have you on the show in person, too, because I think it'd be awesome to meet you.
That'd be fun. I'd love to do that.
Awesome. And I just want to talk about your career. First of all, you still have, like, I saw you have 15 films coming up on your IMDb, which is just insane. But incredible. But so, I can't even imagine how hectic your schedule is. But you have starred in some of the biggest films in the world. And I think you're so talented and versatile. I think people always, the horror fans love you, especially for the horror. But you've done so many different things. And I mean, how is it having such an incredible career? I'm sure that's a lot on you.
It's been an amazing 40-year journey, and we're going to keep on trucking until we can't get out of bed. I'll start off by saying it's funny because on the IMDb, people that are trying to get funding and they're trying to get their movie out there or get it made, a lot of times they'll be posting some things that aren't really happening yet. So, but it looks promising. But the bottom line is, some of those projects we delete them via my manager because it's distracting. But yes, there is an interest. We're still working. I just finished last week. I was in Dallas, Texas, for the Joe Bob Briggs show. It's back on the air now. I think it's streaming television. He was a movie reviewer, very eloquent, knows almost every film ever made, and we did a very fun interview with him. It's been an amazing journey, actually, because in 1973, I left San Luis Obispo, my university. I was there for 4 years. I wanted to homestead in Alaska, and so I went to Santa Monica, my hometown. I was getting my things together, and I bumped into George Powell, the original producer of War of the Worlds, and he just insisted that I be in his little movie, Doc Savage, because he said, you have the look. I go, well, dude, I really don't want to. I want to go to the woods, and so I did this little movie and for 2 days, and I got in the union, and then everything changed when I got a phone call from Mike Fenton and Gene Feinberg, who were the casting directors for George, but they had another project, and that was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Wow. So that turned into 127 days of being in Oregon and learning what making a film and writing a good story and acting and all of the ins and outs and all of the skill sets that are necessary to make a good film. And it really caught my interest. And then we did West as the Hills Have Eyes, and a little here, a little there, and now it's 40 years later. It just seems like an amazing journey.
Oh yeah, I think that is so cool, and I did want to talk about a little bit One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because that is it's truly an iconic film, and it just won so many Academy Awards, and it's just an awesome film. How was that? How was working on that? Was it a journey? How was it with working with Jack Nicholson? How was all of that?
Well, it was amazing. I had a phone call to have a meeting with Michael Douglas, Zantz, Milos Forman, Jack Nicholson, and I knew about the story, and then they said, well, we'll see you in Oregon, and we filmed at at the Oregon State Hospital. We had a part of the wing all to ourselves. We all lived at the Holiday Inn, except for Jack and Louise and the production execs. They rented a house. It was easier to, because they were there longer and they had things to do as far as coordinating. It was astounding. We spent 2 weeks of rehearsals with the real patients, getting to know what it's really like. Everybody had boned up on the story and all of the various levels of humanity. And I found that Jack was just a real down-to-earth guy. He told me that if he was taller, he would have been trying to get into the NBA.
That's funny.
Well, he's a very honest, straight-shooting guy. He really is, he's quite the artist, and he's a real down-to-earth, honest, tells you what he thinks, and very talented, really nice guy. We all became very, very good friends. Brad Dourif and Danny and the Chief and Louise, and we bump into each other, over time at a convention or maybe at an airport once in a while. Right. It becomes an extended family working in the arts, and it's just been a real blessing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet that was a very a daunting film. I'm sure there's a lot of work and everything because it's such a powerful script and story and everything. So I'm sure you guys did become very close, and especially all living together and everything. I'm sure that was a lot.
Well, there were no secrets. I'll just say that. And everybody's. A friend of mine just sent me an article about an interview with Louise Fletcher, and it's very revealing and very honest. And but you work together, and the concept of the story is, where's the humanity? We all have our dings and dents, so to speak. And what's the purpose? What's this all about? Well, it's about getting through this life together for the betterment of all, and taking care of one another. There was a lot of themes in the storyline. I would say the sexual tension between the McMurphy and the nurse, Billy Bivets, mother complex, and there were so many issues. My neighbor at the hotel had the room next to me was Will Sampson, the Native American that played Chief Bromden. I started cooking in my bathroom. I got a Sunbeam, little cooker, and rented a refrigerator, and we got so tired of the restaurant menu because when we finished at the end of the day, it was the capital city, so a lot of the restaurants were closed. We got real tired of the Black Angus, so because also a lot of the locals would always show up, which was fine, but sometimes I would get a phone call and be Will, and he'd go, Michael, you're cooking veggies. I have some friends. Come on over. We'd have food. We'd have stories. And he was a musician, and other musicians would show up in his room, and we would just have a really good time. Sing songs and just tell stories and talk about each other's families, and then get up early and work a 12 to 14-hour day. It was really, really special.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. What a cool thing. And I also want to talk about Hills Have Eyes, because I think that's truly just one of the most classic horror films, and it's so intense, and I don't know, just the whole way it was filmed and everything. It's very unique and different, and you feel like you're right there. How was it working on that, and did you like playing such a bad character and everything? How was it working on that?
It was delightful. I actually lived in the mountains in Big Bear, and I used to drive down the mountain into that high desert area. I actually lived there for quite a while. It was challenging. It was hot in the daytime, cold at night. It was very gritty. I kind of liked it. I was an outdoorsy kind of guy. Wes was very charming and intelligent and just a super easygoing character. Peter Locke. He's having his 75th birthday this coming Friday. I'm going down to L.A. for that.
Cool.
We found that there were two types. There was what we called the white bread family, or the vacationers, our victims, and then there was the Hills people. And over time, we actually would hang out together on the set. Even back at the hotel, we kind of clutched together because there was this. It was a tension. Wes really knows how to lay out the tension, the timing and the pacing of all of the challenges that happens to the family. All the wrong decisions they make, they verbalize what they're going to do. And of course, when you're in the audience, you want to yell out to the screen and go, "No, don't do that." Well, of course they're going to do that. We made friends for life over that. I still keep in touch with Brenda, played by Suze Lanier Bramlett, and there was a scene where the father is explaining, "I took a tire iron and I split his face wide open," and the grandpa goes, "Well, how bad was it?" It used to always make me laugh, and I asked Wes about that, and he said, "Yeah, it's supposed to relax you. What happens next is the smash to the window. It catches you off guard." Wes was a master at that. It was just delightful. I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's an intense movie, and it was crazy, and I think what shows it was such a great film is you're still scared of it today, and I think that's how it really holds up. So I think that's a great one.
That's true. It holds its own. We had very little blood and guts. It was it's a thriller. It's an edge of your seat. It's not a splatter film at all.
No, it's an excellent film though, and you were amazing in it, and I hated you in it, but you were great in it.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I did not kill the dog. The German Shepherd was actually the bionic dog, and he was up in his years. So when I was on the set, I had a German Shepherd, Wolf, and her name is Nishka. And she, when you set up the cameras, you need the dog to stand on the mark. Well, we would keep her under wraps, keep her warm, and then my dog, I used her for the stand-in, and she got a big kick out of that because it was cold at night and very hot and challenging in the daytime. It was very, very physical.
Oh, I bet. I can't even imagine. And then also The Devil's Rejects with Rob Zombie. He's obviously just a credible director that does so many different things. How is it working on that set and with the whole crew with them?
I enjoyed working with Rob and on that film especially because my two other very dear friends, Ken Forey and Bill Mosley, we've known each other for years. It was an odd type of film. I remember. Rob grew up on those kinds of films. He's a big fan. Now, unfortunately, the chicken scene turned into this comedy because the guy who was selling the chicken started to go off of script. And he started to, there's a scene where he's starting to talk about what to do with the chickens. And Ken Forey and I are standing there in our heads. We know that we're supposed to be speaking different lines. So we got a little frustrated. So when he finally stopped talking and I butt in, he left me no option other than to just get really angry. And so sometimes you just have to roll with it. But I think that's Rob's strongest film. The ending, of course, is classic Peck and Paw. I just found it to be an excellent way to end the film.
Yeah. No, I really think you're just, like I said, you're just so versatile, and I'm sure you've dealt with so many different obstacles with filming and stuff. I can't even imagine how difficult some of the films you did film were, but they are all just phenomenal, and you just really killed every single character you did. You just were phenomenal with all of them.
Thank you, but I'll give some credit to my directors. They don't say print moving on unless they get what they want. So you're going to stay after class until you get your homework. But I always try to do my best as far as being prepared, know the scene well, know the dialogue of the other people in the scene. And what I like to do when I love movies, we just saw I think it was Bad Times at the new film with
yes,
Jeff Bridges.
Yes, the Bad Times at the El Royale. Yeah.
That's right. I recommend it highly. But in a good film, I like to watch what the other actors are doing when someone else is speaking, because that's for anyone who's interested in acting. It's called presence, knowing how to hold your own while you're not speaking or doing action, and good actors can do that. It's a very internal process. I really find that to be a delightful aspect. It's a beautiful film, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's got some great twists, and the acting is superb.
Yeah, no, I saw the trailer for it. It does look awesome. I have to go see it for sure. Very soon.
Oh, there's some surprises.
Oh, yeah. No, it sounds awesome. So, like I said, you've worked on so many different things and have such a long career. Do you have, out of all your films, do you have like a favorite one that you've worked on?
Yes, I do. My favorite, of course, is Cuckoo's Nest. There's a scene, the character of Leroy in a movie called Brutal, Brutal. when I get to work with the cadaver, I'm a cadaver dog expert. I love that character. There's a movie, you can get it on Amazon for about $11. It's the only film by Andrew Getty, who passed away about a year ago. It's 10 years in post-production. It was originally called The Storyteller, and it's called The Evil Within. It's a very, very interesting film. It could have been better in some aspects, but as far as cinematography and just the pure uniqueness, it's really working well. I enjoyed that because I worked on it for so long, and I play the entity that brings the nightmares. He's a cadaver. I had a lot of fun working on, I worked on so many. The Motley Crue Smoking in the Boys' Room video, for instance, gave me a chance to do some funny comedy. Weird Science, another delightful film. I'll do just about any role. I do have my, ones where I go, no, I don't do that. I don't do gratuitous violence. I don't do gratuitous violence to women on screen. I will not do that. I won't depict slaughtering animals on camera. There's a few things that I say no, thank you. But overall, I've had a chance to be a good guy. The X-Files, Season 3, Revelations, where I get to play a guardian angel. That's a real sweet role. I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah. And then, of course, Z Nation, at the end of Season 4, I'm the founder. There was a couple episodes there that we're in. That was delightful. It's a great cast, good people, great production. I like Z Nation a lot. So we keep on trucking, you know.
No, absolutely.
Phone rings, get up out of bed and go for it.
Yeah. No, you do. And I think it's awesome how many films you did and what a career you have.
I'm old.
Yeah, that's right. Do you have like a favorite character that I know you mentioned all your favorite movies, but is there like one particular character that maybe you had really fun working with, or one that really stood out to you or you were related to or something?
You mean a favorite role that I really liked?
Yeah.
Yes, I would say at the top of the list is the first time I had a chance to play against type. We all get typecast. You see somebody in a movie and realize they see 100 actors, they pick one, and half of them are, a lot of them are excellent. So if you don't get picked, it's not a big deal unless you got bills to pay. But the last time I ever had to audition was for the X-Files. And I start out and I went to the audition and I walked right into the room and I told Chris Carter, the creator of the X-Files, and my director, and I said, you're going to see a lot of other actors, and I'm sure they're quite fine, but I'm the guy you want for this role. I'd like to read for you now and show you why. They kind of leaned back, and my director, David Nutter, explained a little bit of the scene to me. And I read, and they smiled, and they said, we have one request, and that is when you leave the room, don't let anybody know you got the part. We'll see you in Vancouver. And I said, wow. You got it. I barely made it out of the room at Culver Studios and ran to the payphone. They didn't have cell phones then. Wow. Called my girlfriend and said, I'm going to be in the X-Files. And it was just, David and Julian were wonderful to work with. It's just a great show. But that's probably my favorite role because I get to play they start off, the episode starts off where you think maybe I'm a bad guy because I kidnapped this young boy, but I'm trying to keep him safe. And then I wind up dying in the process as he escapes because he's being attacked by the devil. And then Scully and Mulder, actually, their roles switch. Where Mulder doubts that I am anything special, and Scully I talked to her, and then later they realized that I'm an angel, guardian angel. So that was real sweet.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. What a cool role you played too, for sure. That's very cool and unique.
Yeah, sometimes we get lucky and we get a real wonderful role.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and also, like I said, I'm sure you have so many cool stories and just crazy things. Do you have a favorite on-set story out of everything you've ever filmed?
Well, there are some I could tell you across the dinner table, but not on the air. Let me see. Let me think of a funny one. Well, one of the funny ones was when I was doing the Motley Crue Smoking in the Boys' Room video. We had a scene where they reach through and they take my wig off, and I look shocked. And I've been goofing with the boys earlier. As a matter of fact, on set, kept the kids away. That is a green room area just for the band. These are rock and rollers, okay? So we had some ice chests full of Corona and tequila, and I made sure I had my buddy be my personal driver. And anyway, I was goofing with them, and I said, "Hey, can you wiggle your ears?" And then later on in the filming, they go, "Hey, when we take the wig off your head, you're shocked. What about if you wiggle your ears? That would be funny." So I did, and it plays real funny. Well, I found out later that people thought it was very cute and funny, and at a point in time, Smoking in the Boys' Room was a very popular video, and people would phone in and request it, and there was no ear wiggle. And so eventually people started to complain, and they complained so much that the ear wiggle was missing that somebody had to go to the editing lab and put the ear wiggle back in. And I'd heard this rumor, and I thought it was just kind of funny. And one day, a guy handed me the worksheet, and he was the editor. I was doing a voiceover for another project I'd worked on. And he said, "I knew you were coming in, so here I made a copy of the worksheet the day that I had to put your 4 seconds of ear wiggle back in the Motley Crue video." So the stuff I collect is different than your typical fan stuff, but funny things can happen.
No, that's a cool story. That's funny.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and see, it was a really cool role that really stood out, and they wanted it so bad they brought it back in.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then I just want to ask you 5 more questions that are just kind of to get to know you a little bit better. So just quick questions just to know you a little bit better. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Good question. Probably, Joni Mitchell.
Oh, there.
I loved folk music in high school and in college. I love all kinds of music. I like Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but I always loved her music. Her album Blue is one of my all-time favorites. And I got to meet her in 1965 at the Troubadour. I hopped on the blue Santa Monica bus from my high school and went up with my buddy who played a really great Martin guitar, and Joni was doing a sound check about 3:30 in the afternoon. It was just my friend and me, and we sat right in front of her, and I love live music, and we had a chance to talk with her for about half an hour.
Wow.
She was wonderful.
That's cool.
So I would say her.
Yeah.
Also, I was a big fan.
No, that's a very cool answer. And I never got that one before, so I like that answer. What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Wow. Well, as far as acting, the best advice I was ever given was on Cuckoo's Nest when I asked Milos Forman, because I have a minor in art history.
Oh, wow.
So film is a different type of artwork. So I asked Milos, I go, this is a different palette. This is a different art form. Give me some advice. What do I need to know? And he walked me over to the camera, Panavision camera, and he stood me in front of the camera, and he said, "Look at the lens." And I did. And he said, "I want you to have a love affair with the glass. And I took it to heart, and so he also handed me a book on cinematography, which helped a lot. But that was great advice, and so what I learned from that was, because I got to look through the camera a lot, and some of the best acting is when there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
So to practice, I would stare in a mirror and empty all my emotions and just look at my reflection in the mirror. And then I would feel different emotions, think of an event or a situation, and don't say any words, but just see if you could have that reflect in the mirror, while looking at your face. And if you're very aware, you see subtleties, and that helped a lot. There's a great scene in Cuckoo's Nest when Billy's having his date, and the chief and Jack Nicholson and McMurphy they're tired, they partied, they're drunk, they're waiting to escape, and they're sitting underneath the window. And when you see the movie again, remember at the end of the movie, they're talking about escaping, and a train blows its whistle. That was live, because every night around midnight there would be this train whistle. And Milos kept the camera running, and Jack continues the scene, and he looks up slightly and makes a reference to the train. Well, a train whistle out in the distance, it also reflected where they wanted to be. Freedom, hop in a freight, it's freedom. And that's what they were just on the verge of having, freedom, escaping Nurse Ratched in the hospital. And then Jack turns his head, and he shows he's tired, and he just does a little sigh. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So those little things are gems. You can't get that from, going to drama class or anything like that. It's just being a human in the moment. Live the moment.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, especially for actors and stuff. That's incredible advice. And what is one thing nobody knows about you?
Well, I'm writing my autobiography. There'll be things in that, but something that people don't know about me was, they know about being a preemie and wanting to be in vet school. What a lot of people don't know is that I was a scuba diver for many years.
Oh.
And I got into scuba diving because I was a big fan of Sea Hunt, Lloyd Bridges' television show. And I used to, I lived about 2 miles from the ocean, so I was about 1.5 miles. So a lot of times I used to take the bus or ride my bike to the beach and go body surfing and sleep at the lifeguard station, and then run to class after I go to the gym and take a shower and, pull my homework out of my locker, that kind of stuff. I love the ocean.
Wow.
And spend a lot of time scuba diving and surfing.
No, that's cool. I think I'm terrified of scuba diving, but I think that's an awesome thing to do, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. And if you could remake a film, but you were the star of it, and you could choose your own co-star, what film would you remake, and who would your co-star be?
I have a lot of ideas for films, so I'll have to pick one. Well, okay, I'll say Cheryl Ladd, because I met her in Atlanta when we were doing a Piazza Dora movie. And the film would be based on an older guy and older woman living up in Canada or some forested, little town close by, and there would be some sort of life-changing situation going on, and of course you have to have some sort of a challenge. And I was just very impressed with her as as the woman who she is. I was very, very impressed meeting her. She was one of our producers. I would love to work with her because she has a very deep soul, and she's quite something.
Yeah, very cool. I would see the movie for sure, so hopefully that gets made. And then, because you are such a horror icon, I know, like we said, you've done so many different things, but I just, how I love you and everything is with horror. What actually scares you?
I don't like fast-moving spiders.
I don't like slow-moving spiders.
I'm not a big fan of the spiders. When I filmed Cut and Run in the Amazon down in South America, there were spiders bigger than your head,
Oy.
and that was trippy. But at least you can see them, and you have to hit them really hard. I mean, the big ones are hard to kill, but the ones that really bother me are like the snakes, because you can't see them in the grass. I watch Naked and Afraid, and I go, man, the first thing I would do would be make some kind of shoes.
That's
It's a no-brainer. The thing that I'm not fearful of, but that most troubles me, is how the world is becoming with less humanity.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to call me. Ignore them. Are you there?
Yes. No, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah. What bothers me the most is the separation of people. As far as when you see somebody else, instead of seeing them as a human, we see them as an adversary or to be in competition with. So what used to keep me up at night as a kid was being at school doing duck and cover under the desk, knowing in my mind that that would not save you in a nuclear war. So the thing that scares me the most is the fact that there's some idiot who thinks it's okay to push that button, and that bothers me the most because I have kids, and all of you, there are heroes. They get to inherit the choices, quote, grown-ups have made, not on their behalf. So when I do schools and I meet kids, I know that I had nightmares as a kid. I loved the science fiction movies because they were allegories about, the bigger danger, and it was depicted as a monster. The same thing for horror film. The monster is that which we have still to deal with, in our own lives. It's not really a creature.
Yeah.
We empower the creature. We have to learn to understand how the creature should not arrive in the first place. So those are the things that bother me, worry me. As far as making me jump out of the way, that would be a spider.
No, very real answer, and I hate bugs too, but no, that's a very real answer and true, and hopefully more people feel the way you feel, and maybe we can start fixing the world a little bit, because it's gotten very bad, that's for sure.
Well, if I could ask, how ancient are you?
I'm 20.
Perfect. You sound 20. Well, tell your friends that your generation and I don't know. There's millennials, there's granolas. They all the terms don't matter. But the bottom line is, you're the future, and vote in November.
Yeah.
Vote in November because we're running on fumes, and it's time to make a huge change. It'll help the whole world. So,
definitely.
Thank you for your generation. I'm 70. We've done what we did what we could. We could have done better, but your generation and the ones to follow are, you go down in history as the ones that saved the planet, saved humanity, really showed compassion and grace, and made a difference. It really matters. I'll leave you with this. I got to do the Bogey Creek gang in Florida. It's a camp for kids with facial cranial birth defects, and it's sponsored by Arnold Palmer, General Schwarzkopf, and Paul Newman. It's called the Hole in the Wall Gang and the Bogey Creek Organization. And there's a little saying there. It says, "At the end of my life, it will not matter how big my house was, how much money I made, or what kind of car I drove. What will matter is if I made a difference for good in the lives of children, because they are the future. And the day we stand down and stop having wars and stop profiting on wars and selling weapons to both sides." I was part of the 60s anti-war generation. I'm damn proud of it.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome, and I really think our generation, I think they are making a lot of changes, and they are raising their voices and speaking up and doing what they can. But I think that's a very important thing, and I think we can learn a lot from you guys for sure.
Well, we're happy to pass the torch. We're not tired. We'll keep going, but you guys have the energy, and you've got more years ahead of you. So God bless you, and well done. I'll thank you in advance.
Well, thank you so much, Michael, for being on. And is there any? Do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about or promote or anything? And where can people follow you and keep up to date?
You can follow me on Facebook, my Facebook page. There's an official Michael Berryman fan page. That is not me. If you go to Facebook and you Google me, there's a green square, just a headshot of me, side profile, and he's kind of grimacing. It's a capture shot from the movie Below Zero with Eddie Furlong. That is my page. And when you go to my page, there's happy stuff, stuff that'll kind of, wake you up. And there's a lot of really, really good stuff. Animals helping people, people helping animals, animals being silly, stuff that'll make you laugh, stuff that'll make you think. There'll be a George Carlin clip here and there. And I keep all of my latest comings and goings on my page. It's just Michael Berryman, and it's great. It's just a headshot of me grimacing, and it's a kind of a bluish green tint. That is my page, and I maintain it. Nobody runs it, and I don't allow any misbehavior on my page at all. If somebody posts something, they say, "This is what I think about this," and if they start, bantering back and forth and saying this, that, left, right, no, it's to bring people together. You come to my page to chill out and kick your feet up and exhale, and hopefully, and if you have something that's really great, post it, and I'll pull it up on my front page. It's kind of like my Global Good News Network page.
Yeah. I love it. So I'm gonna get on there right now and get you on there.
Oh, thank you. That'd be great. And if you want to post anything about the show, I'll forward it to my front page and promote you guys.
Absolutely, we'd love to. And please, if you come back to Vegas soon, I'd love to have you on and take you out to dinner and everything.
Okay.
I think it'd be great.
We shall do that. I do go out there a couple times a year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I can't even tell you how incredible this has been. I adore you. I think you're so talented, and this is an awesome interview, so thank you so much.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you, and hopefully we'll have you on soon. So.
I hope so. That would be delightful. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Well, thank you guys so much. That was Michael Berryman. Wow, what a cool guy. So wise, and such incredible advice he gave, and just his stories are phenomenal. So please go follow him on his Facebook page. That's such a cool thing, and keep up to date with him. And thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless. Hello, everybody. I'm Corey Taylor from Corey Taylor Talks, and we are here yet again with Mr. Joe Lujan from Carcass Studios. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
What are we about to do today? Yes. Okay. As you can tell, he's a chicken. We are about to do the Vegas Fright Nights, which is terrifying, but so cool looking. My heart is pounding, but I'm very excited. As you could see, there was clowns outside and zombies, and I don't know what to do.
Not looking forward to that.
It's
I
very
hate
scary.
clowns, so I'm not looking forward to clowns at all.
But it will be cool. It'll be cool. We could do this. I believe in us. I think we could get through it. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
And we know how loud Joe screams, so it's going to be...
Everyone knows now how loud I scream.
I don't know how much longer my hearing's going to last, but we are going to do this, so come on.
Oh. Not expecting to. Corey, you're too far from me.
You're too far.
No, why am I leading again? Oh, I don't like this.
Oh no, there's a door. There's a door. There's a door.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ah! Oh my god. Ah ha ha. No, Corey. Girl, please don't jump out. Please don't jump out. Please don't jump out.
We're grabbing each other's hands.
We're literally holding hands, you guys. I don't. Oh my god. Oh. Ah! No. Corey! I don't like that. Oh my god. No. Please.
Oh my god, she's stopping. Let's go.
Go. Ah! Okay, I don't know if we came the wrong way, you guys. No! Oh yeah, wait, this way. Right? Ah!
Oh my god.
Y'all. Oh god. Here we go. Whoa.
Oh no.
Lava! Where's lava? I don't like this, but this is really cool though.
It's really scary.
My life. It's like two. This is really different because I can see, but I can't at the same time.
No. Oh no, I think he's real. I think he's real.
I can't. Ah! I don't know what's real and what's not. I have no idea what's real and what's not.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a wall here. You guys, this whole 3D is like, whoa. Like, it's really weird.
The 3D is cool, but
It's cool, but it's weird. Ah! That's fake. I don't know what's real and what's not. God. I don't want to touch you. Ah! This is like trippy. Really trippy. I like the wall is like.
Joe, look at the
I'm,
You going? guys. Oh my gosh.
No.
We did it.
That was not, it was fun, but no.
You did it. You did it.
My throat is hurting.
I know. Oh my gosh. I could barely talk, but it was so cool. I'm just out of words. It was so cool.
You guys definitely have to check this out. This is, yeah, it's really cool.
And we did it together. We were more close this time.
We did split up at one point.
We split up a little bit.
We did.
We did as best as we could.
It was very hard to see what was real and what was fake.
Oh my gosh, especially with the 3D one.
Yeah.
But that was so
really cool. There was a
so
time
cool.
where I was distracted with the walls.
Yes.
I didn't know there was someone standing in front of me. Yes.
But it was awesome. Please go check out Vegas Fright Nights. Like I said before, they're connected to Opportunity Village, but they are separate. So if you don't want to go through Halloween and go through the actual park, you can just go to here. You can get your tickets online, super cheap. Get them online for a better discount, but you can more than welcome get them at the door too. So, so cool, so scary, but amazing. It was just unbelievable and awesome. So thank you, Joe, for doing this with me again.
Thank you. But no, thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm Corey Taylor from Corey Taylor Talks, and oh my goodness, I am joined here with Carlos, who is very scary. Hi, Carlos. How are you?
Hello. How are you guys today?
Terrified. That's how I'm doing. Terrified.
That's good.
I don't think that's so good, but I guess for what we're doing it is. So we are here actually at Vegas Fright Nights, which is such an awesome thing. We just went through it, and I'm still shaking from it, but it was so cool. Why don't you tell people a little bit about Vegas Fright Nights and the 2 haunted houses?
So Vegas Fright Nights has 2 themes. It has a Nightmare Manor. You go through a house with different themes. There's a nursery, a library, wine cellar, and there's more. And then for the clown, it's in 3D, and there's clowns all over. So if you don't like clowns, don't come in. But I think most people that don't like clowns have been going in because they're a little curious, and they've loved it.
That's it. Well, I want to talk about especially the clown. That's actually the first 3D haunted house I've ever been through, and especially with our series. That is such a cool and unique idea. What made you actually think of that?
They wanted to think outside of the box, so my team decided to do something different, and we got in contact with someone that did something for us. They donated all the artwork, and it worked out for the best.
Yeah, and it was phenomenal and terrifying, and it really got you all confused, which I think worked really well.
Yes.
But it was such an awesome thing, and what's also cool is even though it's connected to Opportunity Village, you actually don't have to go through the Halloween to go to it, so you could go through it yourself just with this, correct?
Yes, if you guys don't want to attend the park itself, you guys can just buy the Vegas Fright Night tickets online and just come straight to the haunted house itself.
Yeah, and where can people go and get the tickets? Because I know it's cheaper online, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, go to opportunityvillage.org, and then you click onto the events calendar, and you can find the tickets on there online. Or Vegas Fright Nights at Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, and like I said, it was such an incredible haunted houses. Both of them were just truly unique, and the Nightmare Manor was also, the set was so detailed and cool. And the second I walked in and saw the wallpaper, I was like, oh no, we are in for a heck of a ride. So, but it was awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, we loved it, and as you can hear from the video, Joe, my partner, screamed his head off, so.
Yeah, I tried to get you guys a couple times in there.
Oh, you definitely did. I think people will see. But it was awesome. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. Why don't you once again go over where people can come and buy the tickets?
On opportunityvillage.org, and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vegas Fright Nights.
And please do, because it is so good and scary and terrifying, as you guys could tell. So thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you guys for having me.